Alright, this is just a quick video to show off how to set up your third person, well, your turn in place for tptr remastered. Okay, so basically what you want to do is, first off, go into your event graph. Definitely want to do this first. Go to the jump. Remove these two, like remove the macro right here, and just come over here and just, type jump, and then do the same thing for jump in, and that's how you get stop jumping. First, that's the first thing you want to do. The next thing that you want to do is you want to go into your event graph. You want to go here to where it says delta time. Right click on that and promote it to a variable. And then once you promote it to a variable, this will pop up. Just connect it like so. And there you go. Now, what you want to do is you want to create a couple of new things. You want to create yaw delta, right? So just come over here, create new float, and then type in yaw delta, and then come over down here and create a rotator and name it whatever you want. I use rotation last tick because it makes sense. And you also, I believe that's it, right? Once you create those, what you're going to do is you're going to drag out from main character shooter, and you're going to get the actor rotation, right? And then what you're going to do is once you get the actor rotation, then you're going to drag the rotation last tick from where you just put it, and then from there you're going to put delta. It's a delta rotator, right? And that'll give you this box. And then you're going to go from that to break rotator. Right? Like this. And then from that, once you do that, then you're going to take the get actor rotation that you just created, you're going to attach it to the beat. That'll give you this right here up until this point. Once you do that, then you'll come down here, divide by float, and then you're going to take your delta time x, which is what you created up here. It's going to be down here. You're going to go get that, and you're going to attach it there. Right? Once you get that attached,
Michael was a jokester. He loved to have his fun. If he wasn't joking, he knew something.
You're going to create another one. So divide.
And once he seen a little vein
by float.
on my forehead, that's
right?
when he knew when to stop, and he would back
I go with 7 just because it works for me.
And it even got stronger.
And then from that, just you want to go into F interp 2, right? And then you're gonna take that yaw delta that you created earlier. You're gonna get it. And you're gonna attach it to current. Oh. You're gonna take this. You're gonna remove it from there and put it on target. Then you wanna break it.
Went to church every Sunday.
And then put the yaw delta up here.
He was looking for a good, strong Christian woman.
Once you do that, then you're gonna set the yaw delta.
Hi, I'm Cindy.
In 2008,
and you're gonna attach it to a sequence that you're gonna create right here immediately after main character shooter. Right? Once you do that, then you're gonna go back to the get actor rotation, and that rotation last stick that you created earlier, it should all be attached to here. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna come down here.
Like Michael, Cindy is devoted to her church.
In a short period of time, they became close. You kind of tell that he was going to
Rotation.
You can just
Set rotation last tick.
I felt
Right.
like it was true love that he finally found.
And then you're gonna attach that to
On September 5th, 2009,
there.
Michael and Cindy married.
And so eventually you're gonna end up with
Cindy looked beautiful in her dress.
this,
Michael looked very handsome in his suit.
Everybody was happy. You couldn't win the bad.
which is actually this right here. You know, like just in case, I just showed you how to get them, just so that you know, because like I'll let it sit there for a second, so that you can copy it and you know understand where everything goes attached to. So remember, main character shooter to actor rotation to delta rotator, and then you attach the rotating last stick. Then you break the rotator. Then from Z to divide it, then you add the delta time X to the bottom of that division. Then you create another division, and then from that division you do F enter 2. Then you disconnect the current, and you're gonna put the yaw delta in the current, and then move this into the target. And then from there, then you're gonna set it to yaw delta, then set that into the sequence, and then do the same thing with this value to get the rotation last tick, and then that way it will set it, and then that's the end of that, right? So now you have all the logic that you need for it to work. Now, what you need to do is go into your enum graph, right? So your enum graph, the way it's typically set up, you know, it is what it is. It's like this. Now this would work if he hadn't set it up the way he did. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna like hyper simplify the original setup, right? Because this is like a lot right here, and we're gonna go down to just one setting. These are all just gonna be your jumps, right? So I mean, if you're doing this, I'm pretty sure you know how to handle jump. I shouldn't have to tell you, but you know, jump, fall, land, and then they all go into the idle turn go. Why do I have it that way? I have it that way because I set it up a little bit different. So this is how I got it set up. The first step is crouching, right? Are we crouching? If we are crouching, then we go to another blend by boolean, and that blend by boolean is going to check to see our speed for our animations, and it's going to check, are we moving greater than 1? If yes, it'll play the moving animation. If not, or if it's moving -1, which would be backwards, then yes, it will play it. But if it's at 0, it's always going to stay at 0. Between 0.9 to -0.9, it's always going to not move. So that means that while it's in that section, it's going to throw a false, right? And if it's throwing a false, then it's going to, you know, check to see if the weapon is raised. If the weapon is raised, then it's going to do the turn in place. And this one is going to show the turn in place crouching, because this is the crouch section. And if it's, you know, that's the aiming, this is the one with the aiming animation. And then right here is the one without the aiming animation, the bottom one. That's in the false. And then you're going to attach yaw delta to the top half of these. On mine, I got direction there, but that's just me when I was setting it up. I kind of fucked up, so don't mind that. Now, the way that you set up the blend spaces, you know, it's simple as shit. You go into the blend space, make a typical blend space. You could probably use a 2D one. I prefer using 3D because every now and again, like, I'll want to add something. So what you want to do is you go in here, and then you put yaw delta at top, -180, 180, 24 divisions, right? And then you're going to go down here and you're going to place them. But you got to remember that the right is going to go on the left side, and the left side is going to go on the right side. All right. Now that we got that out of the way, the next thing that we got to do is we're going to do the same thing, but with our other animations, because we got to do, well, I decided to do 2 turn-in places for crouching, 2 turn-in places for standing, 1 holding a weapon, 1 without holding a weapon. So that's why I have the weapon raised boolean right here. But you know, it's up to you to do what you want to do. It's your game. You do it however you want. I'm just giving you a quick hint on how I set it up. This, you know, that if you get your turn and play set up anywhere else, you can, you know, you can set it to wherever, however you want it. But this is what works for me. And okay, so if you're standing, right, it does the same thing. Instead of going upwards, it goes down. So if you're standing, the first thing it checks to see if you're moving. If you're not moving, then it'll go down. It checks to see if you have a weapon raised. If you don't have a weapon raised, then it'll keep going down. And then it'll give you just a regular standing animation. If you do have a weapon raised, then it's going to give you a whole different setup. Oh, that's where I fucked up. Now, don't mind this right here, this layer blade program. I purposely did that because my animations are kind of fucked up in a section. So that's why that looks like that. This actually is backwards. So let me fix that there.
When York was just full of paramedics and police, there was a couple drops standing close behind. I said, what's happening?
I'm not sure what's happening.
They said, well, we're investigating. We can't talk about it right now. I said, is my son in that house? I said, you can at least let me know that.
Yeah, I fucked that up. I knew there was something wrong, but whatever. Anyway.
Is he dead?
We were told that Michael was killed.
Okay, so this goes.
That was his before in our kitchen. To help him back up.
Now it'll look better. Alright. So now, when you go into your game,
Dad could keep on saying was, this is going to kill your mother. She was fighting cancer. And she had just recently had her chemo treatment that day before.
you should be able to.
So can you go up to the house?
Mom was sitting in her recliner when I told her. And the only thing I could do was just told her. I told her that.
You know, while you're aiming, you should have turn in place.
Inside the home, investigators process the crime scene.
It was determined that
Now, these are all
gunshot
in place animations. Let me show you one more time how I set it up. So I have my turn in place loop right here. This is for my left is on the right, and then my right is on the left, and then I have my my idle aiming one right there in the center. Also, you have, you know, and you do the same thing with just regular standing. That I don't think it's gonna really matter with standing because you're, unless you do what I did and add some sort of melee, you probably won't have to worry about this. But you know, I have the option to do so if I want to. That's a whole different battle. So I'll probably do a tutorial on how to do that later on, so that you can, you know, so that you can what do you call that? So you can strafe while holding the aim button if you don't have any weapons attached. I'll probably do a tutorial on that later. But this is just for everybody that missed my stream the other day that was wondering like, how the hell did he do that? You know what I mean? Well, that's how you do it. And that's it. This isn't really a big anything. This is just, you know, something simple for you guys to be able to do, and that way I don't have to spend hours going over it with everybody on Discord. Alright, I'm done. Bye.